Hello ladies, and welcome to my channel. If you do not know me, my name is Paula Pierre. I am a certified Christian life coach, a wife, a mom, and the founder of Beautifully Made Ministries, and I'm so glad that you are here. If you have not already checked out some of my other content, I would love for you to do so, and I would love for you to join the Beautifully Made community here on YouTube. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you do not miss any of my uploaded videos or even when I go live. So let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So what we're going to be talking about is 4 habits of healthy relationships. All right, 4 habits of healthy relationships. So if you are a single Christian woman, then this video is for you. All right, so let's start off by defining what healthy means, and I have my notes over here to the side. All right, but let's talk about what the word healthy means. So some synonyms for healthy are thriving, growing, developing, going strong. Thriving, growing, developing, going strong. Now when you think about the word habits, habit is a settled or regular tendency or practice. A habit is a settled or regular tendency or practice. So when we're talking about healthy relationships, we're talking about what practices can you put in place to have a relationship that is thriving, that is growing, that is developing, that is going strong. And the first thing is, I think, a commitment to a personal relationship with the Lord is so important. I think that if you are single and a man approaches you, you need to see the fruit. You need to give it time for you to see the fruit of his personal relationship with the Lord. And I believe that one of the ways that you commit to a personal relationship with God is through daily devotion. It truly is through daily devotion. Spending time with the Lord every day. Now, some people may say you have to spend 2 hours, 5 hours. But I truly believe that it's really about intentionality. It's really about setting aside time where you are not distracted, where you can be focused, and where you can really pour out to God and you can hear from him, where you can get into the word and Holy Spirit can really speak to you and minister to you through the word of God. So I truly think it's about intentionality more than it is so much about a specific time or even a specific way. But I think it's key to make sure that you are not distracted, that you are not giving room for, just your attention to be all over the place, right? So a commitment to a personal relationship with the Lord is very, very, very important. Do not, ladies, do not enter into a courtship and you don't see the fruit of the man's personal relationship with God, because anybody can tell you anything, but really you'll see it. You will begin to see it. And even more so, allow the Lord to speak to you concerning that individual. If something seems off, if it seems like stuff is not matching up, he's telling you one thing about his relationship with God, but you're seeing something else, or you're seeing a lack of something, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. So the second thing is following the biblical order of family that is set by God. I think, of course, I believe in marriage the way that God set it to be. I believe in marriage, that marriage is between a man and a woman. Following the biblical order of family that is set by God, I believe that relationship thrives and develops and goes strong when the biblical order of family that is set by the Lord is followed. And I want to give you some scriptures that you can just write down and go through on your own time. Genesis chapter 1 verses 27 and 28, 1 Corinthians 11 and 3, and Colossians chapter 3 verses 18 through 21. I think these are all great scriptures to read and to study, to meditate on concerning God's biblical order of family. But I will say this, that I believe that God has deposited unique gifts and talents into men and into women. And I not only do I believe this, but even in my experience in my own marriage, when we are operating in when we're operating in the way that God designed us to be, right? In the way that God designed us to be, there's something so powerful in that, right? There's something so powerful in that. Like, I'm not about to try and step into my husband's shoes, and he's not about to try and step into mine. What we do is take what God has deposited into each of us uniquely, and we come together to make our household and our family and our marriage, our parenting work. Everything works together the way that God designed it to be, when things are in order the way that God designed it to be, right? And so the order, Christ is the head, and the man follows Christ, and the woman follows the man as he follows Christ, right? And they're able to raise children that know the Lord. And so I encourage you to go to those scriptures and allow the Lord to speak to you concerning how he designed family to be. Because here's the other thing. Not everybody comes from a household where there is a wife and a husband and there is a thriving godly marriage. Not everybody comes from that. I didn't come from that. So if you know my story, you know that I've been married previously. So I had no idea back then what a godly marriage really looked like. I didn't have that template. I didn't have that example. But over the course of time, after getting divorced in December of 2014 and getting married in September of 2022, God has shown me, and God has just reprogrammed my mind concerning family, and specifically concerning marriage. But the work that God did in me has helped to bring out and help me to walk in who he has designed me to be as a wife. And so I think it's really important that this conversation about biblical order of family, it can go on and on and on, but this is why I encourage you to really sit with God on that and allow him to really show you what that looks like. The third habit of a healthy relationship is healthy communication. Healthy communication. So again, just going back to how people grew up. Some people, you may have grown up with yellers in your house, where the way that people wanted to get their point across was raising their voice. That's what they knew. That's what was normal to them. Other people, you may have grown up in a household where people were very, they suppressed how they really felt, and everything was kind of swept under the rug as if no problems or issues existed, right? And some people grew up in a home where there was great communication, open communication. People were able to dialogue and disagree, and it was okay. Share their feelings, and it was okay. So people come from different backgrounds and different things. And then too, not just in childhood, but even as you grow and you become an adult and all of that, and you just experience more of life, and you're interacting with people that are not your family and that are not your friends, but outside of that, you learn different communication styles, and you pick up on things that you didn't even realize you picked up on. And some of those things are good, and some of those things are not good. And so it's really important that you understand what healthy communication truly looks like. And it's not about one person always being right and getting your point across, but it's understanding, getting to a place where you can understand one another, so that you can come to common ground and you can come to a resolution. I think a lot of people, they have conversations and they listen to respond versus truly listening to hear and to understand. And so when you listen to respond, you're only focusing on, okay, what am I going to say? What is my response going to be? Instead of trying to understand where the other person is coming from. So again, I think healthy communication in a relationship is really, really important. And last, I would say finding healing and wholeness in God is so important. I believe ideally before you enter into a courtship, before you enter into marriage, find healing and wholeness in the Lord. Sis, I'm trying to tell you what I experienced, not what I read somewhere, but truly, okay, what I experienced. I went into my previous marriage over 10 years ago a broken girl. Okay, I'm not even gonna call myself a woman, a girl. And I don't call myself a girl because of how old I was. I think I was 25 or 26. And I'm not saying girl because of my age. I'm saying girl because of just where I was emotionally. I was still very much stuck on, just childhood pain and disappointments and things of that nature. And so I had no idea who I was, and I had no idea how to truly give or receive love. I was broken. I was so broken. And again, over the course of this time is where I've been along my wholeness journey. And even though I am very happily married now, I'm still on my wholeness journey. Wholeness is not some grand destination that you just arrive at and you're done. No, it's a journey, right? God is ever pruning us and refining us and doing things in us. But I think wholeness in and of itself is a place of freedom where you're no longer in bondage to the trauma and to the pain and to the disappointments and to the guilt and shame of your past. You're free from that, and you're able to allow God to continue to work on you, to work on your heart, to work on your mind, your mindset, your thought patterns, all of those types of things. But at the end of the day, when it comes to having a healthy relationship, truly finding healing and wholeness in God is so important. All right, so that's what I have for you. Those 4 habits of healthy relationships. Now, is this like the only advice that I could give about healthy relationships? No, absolutely not. But these are just some things that I think are really important. So committing to a personal relationship with the Lord, following the biblical order of family that God has put in place, healthy communication, and finding healing and wholeness in God, I think is so important. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What habit do you think is important to have a thriving relationship? What practices need to be present to have a thriving relationship? All right. So thank you, ladies, so much for tuning in to this video. And again, I would love to have you join the Beautifully Made community. You can go ahead and hit that subscribe button, notification bell as well, so you never miss an upload. All right. See you, ladies, in the next one. Bye.